available, then we'll start. The same session, same session. All right. Welcome, Farabi. Thank you very much. You are on mute.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
All right. So again, Maria, please proceed. Part one. Basic questions.
Okay. Hello, Fabi. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I was wondering if you could tell me just a little bit about yourself or something interesting you'd like to share.
Well, actually, my full name is Khondokar Farabi Ahmed. So people call me Farabi. So you can address me as a Farabi also. Actually, I don't have many hobbies. However, I love playing cricket. I think it makes me physically and mentally fit. And I love black color. I think maybe it suits me more. And that's it. I like lot of I love to eat actually, but I know actually this is not actually it's unhealthy for my health, although I love them, and that's it.
All right. So we'll move on to part two. We apologize. আমাদের সাথে যারা লাইভে জয়েন করতেছেন আমি ক্ষমা চাচ্ছি, আসলে সময় সীমিত, এই কারণে আমরা একটু রাশ করতেছি। বাকি আমাদের ক্লাসে আমরা আরো বিস্তারিত কথা বলতে পারবো। তো আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন। So let's move on to part two. Okay. So Maria, I was telling people that we're rushing because we have less time, and we have to go through many other items. All right. So for these participants, let me share my screen. Again, same thing. I'll give you one topic. You'll have 1 minute to prepare. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So describe a time you made a promise to someone. So this is your topic, and these are your questions.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. Why you made the promise? Okay.
Let us know when you're ready. Okay.
Okay, it's okay. I can share my.
Okay, you're okay?
Yes.
So let me go back to the screen. Okay, so you can start. So your time starts now.
Okay. Allow me to talk about a promise that I did with my friends. Actually, it was last month. Actually, there was planning about a cricket match, and they know the exact opponent team. Actually, I know them very well, how to bat their ball. So my friends actually called me because I know them how to face their ball. So they need that help from me. But and I promise that I will be there on that day. And sometimes we make promise, but for certain situation we cannot keep our words. So that unfortunately that day my another friend seriously got sick, and I had to take him to the hospital, and he got admitted. So for that rush, I could not make help my friends, and I feel sorry that they lost that game because of me, because I didn't go there and face their balls. And that's why I feel really sad. and whenever however, I apologize to my friend because of some medical emergency came to me, and but otherwise I always respect my words and try to keep my words. And I when I usually I don't make promises, but when I do, I really like to keep it.
All right.
So here is my story.
Thank you so much. So so you talked about 2 minutes, so that's a good length. So then let's move on to the next session, Maria. Follow-up questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
my first question is, why do you think it's important to keep your promises?
In my experience, that we are human being. Actually, people respect us, trust us by our words. So if I say something on something in the morning, and I just break that in the evening, then people will start avoid me, and they cannot I cannot do anything in my society. I cannot run any business. So that's why I think keeping words and keeping promises is very very emergency and very important to us.
Okay, my second question would be, how do you feel when someone breaks a promise they've made to you?
Actually, it's really hard. Not me, actually, anyone will get hurt when they uh, see that their promises got actually broken. So I feel I whenever I see that, I face that, I feel I am in down on the dump, and I cannot trust anyone. So um, that's why I feel very mm, uh, pathetic something.
All right. So thank you so much. Now is the feedback time. So Maria, what do you think about this session?
Okay, well, I thought you did a really good job because you told the story and I understood the story completely, that you'd made a promise to your friends to go to the cricket match because you knew about the other team. But unfortunately, your friend had a medical emergency, so you had to take them to the hospital. In your first response, there was a few words, I would say. So you said, I make a promise. You would say, I made a promise to my friends. So that's the first thing. And these are very focused because your answer was very good. So I'm just focusing on particular words. When you're
Thank you.
talking about the other team, instead of saying the opponent team, you would say opposing in this
Okay.
case.
Opposite side. Okay.
Opposing.
Opposing,
Opposing.
opposing team. Because that's opposing is saying you're going to be facing them.
Okay.
In that case.
Thanks.
And then I would use, instead of when you're talking about the emergency, I think a great thing to mention would be using the word priority. So
Okay.
you would say, I made a promise to my friends on the team, but because my friend was having a medical emergency, he became my priority
Okay.
because it was an emergency. For your responses, I thought it was good. I think you need to work a little bit on the flow and not
Thank you.
repeat stuff. And
Sometimes I feel nervous whenever I
yeah,
face kind of questions. So how would you advise me to face that?
the thing, well, the first thing and the easy thing to say is just practice, but it's hard to practice in situations that make you nervous. So, which is why I think this is important to do these live conversations. But I think it would be to follow a structure. So, we talked a little bit about the structure. So, when I asked you, why do you think it's important to keep a promise? You'd say promises are important because when you break them, you lose trust. And then say personally, so you can relate it back to yourself. Personally, I've had friends break promises to me, and in the future, it's made me trust them less. So just focusing on the structure a little bit. So mention something general. So in that case, the general was promises are important to keep because you can break trust if you don't keep them. Personally, you could just say personally, I've had a friend not keep a promise, and then say in the future, it's made me not make promises with this person again. So while you're practicing, I would use those 3 phrases. So say, this is important because, and then say personally, and then say in the future. And as you get more comfortable with that, you don't have to say those words specifically, but to start, I think it's a great place to start.
So,
Thank you, ma'am.
okay, so Maria, what I'll do, what you have just said, I'll translate in Bengali and explain it a bit more.
Okay.
তো মারিয়া আমাদেরকে যেটা বললো খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট, আমরা যখন কথা শুরু করব আমরা শুরুতে একটা জেনারেল কথা বলবো এই টপিকটার ব্যাপারে, তারপরে বলবো পার্সোনালি আমার এটা করা উচিত, এরপরে বলবো ইন দ্য ফিউচার আমি এটা করব। এখন মারিয়া যেটা বলছে, আমরা যদি এভাবে প্র্যাকটিস করতে থাকি তাহলে আস্তে আস্তে পরে ওয়ার্ড গুলো বলার দরকার হবে না, পার্সোনালি ইন দ্য ফিউচার এগুলো বলার দরকার হবে না, তখন এটা আরো ন্যাচারাল হয়ে যাবে। আমি ন্যাচারালি আমার মুখ দিয়ে আসতে থাকবে, শুরুতে আমি বলবো বাংলায় চিন্তা করে, আমাকে যদি কেউ কোনো জিনিস বলে আমরা তো বাংলায় শুরুতে একটা কথা বলি যে ভাই আপনার রাস্তায় যেতেছেন, ঢাকা শহরে তো অনেক জ্যাম। হ্যাঁ জাম তো আসলে অনেক ডিফিকাল্ট। আমি যখন অফিসে যাই তখন এইটা হয়, আরে ভবিষ্যতে আর গাড়ি নিবো না, আমি ইয়া দিয়ে যাবো, কি বলে ওই যে মেট্রো রেল হইতেছে, মেট্রো রেল দিয়ে যাবো। এই যে আমি কিন্তু বাংলায় ভাবে কথা বলি, সেম কনসেপ্ট আমরা ইংলিশে নিয়ে আসবো। জেনারিক, start with a generic statement, then I say personally what happens to me, then ভবিষ্যতে কি হইতে পারে, এবং ভবিষ্যৎ হওয়া জরুরি না, এই রিলেটেড একটা কথা বইলে অল্পের ভিতরে তাহলে জিনিসটা শেষ হয়ে যায়। Alright, thank you so much, Farabi. So then we'll move on to our